Mission moment. Yeah. So good afternoon, Keller Williams, Mount Pleasant. Now that we're recording, for mission moment, does anyone have a mission moment that they would like to share?
A mission moment.
Yeah.
What would you, can you define that for me? I might have missed the last few meetings.
Yeah, absolutely. So something, it's kind of becoming a thing, I think, over the last 6 months, of kind of referred to like the gratitude piece and the mission moment, like something of a sheer example of our culture. For example, for those of you that participated in the giving the notes and the gift cards to Kayla to be sent to Louisiana, like we've shown up. I have friends in Louisiana that are part of Keller Williams, and I know that they have
Speak up.
sorry. I know that they have been very appreciative of our support, and they're still suffering. So although things are getting better, so that's when we say a mission moment, something to that effect. Anybody have anything else they want to share?
I'm grateful for a bottle of bourbon that showed up in my office one day.
Okay. So there's the anonymously.
I didn't know who it came from, but
Okay.
if I say the person's name, other people might be looking for a bottle from that person.
No. No, that was awesome. Good thing to be grateful for.
It didn't have a name tag. No, it came.
So I'm grateful for, and I'm trying to get emotional. So Dave Jinks, for those of you we've gotten the emails and you've seen the post for Dave Jinks, who passed away last week, and just a very heartfelt appreciation for him as a co-author of the MREA, the Sept, and the MREI, a teacher, and imparting his wisdom and his leadership. The story is coming from many, many years of his love of this company and the people, and what he even poured into us over the last 12 months that I've been here. We've had him on numerous times teaching us. He was actually scheduled to be here this week with us, and he taught until the very end, and he poured into us. And we do have those recordings, so we will be likely doing an encore in honor of him to share that. For those of you that haven't experienced the teaching of Dave, he was an amazing teacher, an absolutely amazing teacher. He simplified things, and he told stories from his heart, and we all know that we learn from sharing stories. And I feel like he was vulnerable and he was authentic, and it's a sad day, and at the same time we want to honor him and carry on his legacy of sharing that wisdom and passing on that teaching. So I've been reading a couple of books, and in one of the things that I just dropped everything kind of in a moment, and went to the shift book, right? Because we think we only have to pick this up when the market's shifting, and then we always think the market could be shifting. But for whatever reason, I went to page 276 in the back, where it says, Abe Lincoln said, "Nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. There can be a gift of the shift, and perhaps even more than one. Whether we see it as full of difficulty or full of opportunity, they will most likely turn out exactly as we see them. In the end, we determine the times by our choices. Our choice will either try to avoid them and wish they weren't true, or embrace the opportunities they offer." And then it goes on later to say, "There are times in life when the market shifts and you have to shift and react. There are other times where you'll simply need to make a shift. The 12 tactics in this book are appropriate for when you've been shifted or when you choose to make a shift. If you've been disrupted by the market, or when you want to disrupt the competition, master these 12 tactics and you gain utmost control over your business. Whether you're dealing with a shifting market or you've decided to give your business a lift, there are 12 things to do." So we'll quiz for you guys. Does anybody know the 12 tactics of shift?
Are you still?
Dan does.
I don't know if my husband's ever read the book.
Just two in 1 second.
So number one, what if I give you a hint? Get real. Get
Get
right.
right.
Okay. Mindset and action, right? Number two, remargin your business.
I'm about to pull up the chart.
Somebody's gonna Google it.
Speak up back here.
So
Peanut gallery in my ear.
yeah, expense management. Remargin your business. Number three, do more with less. And that is about leverage.
Oh.
Checking your P&Ls.
There you go.
Green line.
Which one are you on now?
I'm trying to pull them up.
He's
Hey,
cheating.
at least he's honest. So
I'm
like,
motivated.
he's the guy you go to the escape room he starts Googling stuff, to answer the questions,
I
and you're
got
like, that's
my
so.
I got my back phone back on.
That actually happened. We're like, no cheating. That was him. I'm just thinking about that here. So number 4, find the,
Motivated.
right? The motivated, our lead generation. Look for those that need to buy or sell now. Number 5, get to the
Table.
table, lead conversion. Number 6, catch people in your spider web.
So close.
In your sphere, and that was
Internet.
in your web, internet lead conversion, sorry, not sphere, my brain ahead of me. Number 7, price ahead of the,
Working one.
and that's all about seller pricing strategies. Do you guys think that we're having to get a little bit strategic with pricing right now? Certain price points?
Yeah, I feel like you can't underprice a home in this market, that's for sure, because it's gonna drive up naturally, like.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah. Trying to find the cusp of where you're not too far over the line.
And being aware of, if the seller wants a certain price and you don't think the market supports it, be very careful with the words you use, because the seller may very well get that price, right?
In this market.
So that was probably one of the first things that jumped out at me when all this craziness started. So number 8, stand out from the,
Competition.
there you go, competition, crowd, seller staging strategies. It's still important that the house looks presentable, right? People are jumping on the ones that look the best. Create urgency. Number 9, that's overcoming buyer reluctance. Is anybody experiencing buyer reluctance right now?
I think it's seller reluctance, so you gotta create urgency in sellers right now. What's the
Yeah.
point of, like, that's why we have so little inventory, where am I gonna go, what am I gonna do?
Is that also buyer reluctance?
Probably.
So like they're reluctant to buy, they can find what they want. So it's kind of tied back into them. It's interesting that the stuff's in here. This is why I was like, let's go back and talk about this, because this is our opportunity.
Yeah, the sellers are reluctant to be a forced buyer,
Yeah,
meaning if they put their house up for sale,
They're forced to buy
Well, this
whatever's
is-
available.
buying their.
Or else.
well, I heard recently, this week, somebody had a seller, they got seller's remorse and wanted to back out of the contract. They like absolutely wanted out. And then they were like, at that point, they were the most difficult seller to get to the closing table, but they were to do everything they could for the transaction not to close. So just be aware of that, right? Expand the options, number 10, that goes into what? Creative financing?
Yes.
Yes, there you go. We're gonna hear a little bit about financing today. And then master the market of the moment. Do you think, does anybody in this room think we're gonna see short sales, foreclosures, REOs, any of this?
Probably in a few years. We gotta have inventory before that even takes. There's so much equity in homes right now. Unless someone bought right now and lost a job and had like, I don't think it's gonna be a market shift.
I thought about this the other night. What if somebody pulled an equity line because they needed the cash?
Yeah,
recently?
I think that's just gonna be like a small margin though, like not what we saw in 08, 09, 10, where like you had to learn all those things, because that was all you could do.
No, it won't be. I just said awareness.
But no, I
of
agree,
that.
yeah.
But I also agree that they do have equity. Is it possible they get a foreclosure notice or a default notice? They don't even know how much equity they have. So just being aware of that. And number 12 is what? Bulletproof. Yeah, and that's holding it together, coming up with be proactive, not reactive, holding the parties together in there. So then over on the next page, it says tackling these areas is a never-ending process. It's the real estate business. The next section of that goes into act your wage. And if this doesn't speak to you, because it just hit me like a hammer on the head. To successfully implement these 12 tactics, you must act your wage. This means you must think and act the wage you want before you earn it. Average is as average does. Good is as good does. And great is as great does. What you do is who you become. A lot of people struggle with this concept. They truly don't understand that if they want to earn a certain amount of money, they must live the calendar of a person who earns that, or they won't earn it. It's that simple. And the very last section I wanted to share with you guys, and we can all talk calendar and time blocking, right? That could be a whole conversation in itself, is take a look at the 12 issues based upon your business goals and your current situation. Prioritize them by asking this question. and this is on 280 and 281. If I could do just one of the 12, which would make the biggest difference in my business? Write down that answer. This is your first priority. Then ask, if I could do only one more, what would it be? Write down your answer and keep doing this until you've written down all 12 issues in a priority list. You now have your marching orders. You know what to do and what to do first. Now go back to each of them and ask 3 questions. Do I know how to do this? Do I need anything to do this? And do I need any help in doing it? The answers will give you a list of what you need to know, what you need to have, and who's going to support you with each priority. Now start with your first priority and begin accomplishing your goals. So we are all here to help you guys with that stuff. So just know that and leave you with those questions pondering in your head. So all really, really good stuff. So bucket filling and prayer requests.
Y'all are very shy today.
Is it the new fancy camera?
I don't know. Everybody's having
Scary.
camera shot. Camera shyness.
I want to bucket fill Cheryl Eisenberg. Her first listing was $1 million listing. So I want to.
Yes, ma'am.
That's huge.
Yeah.
There you go. Takes a lot of confidence and courage to go in there for $1 million listing the first time, doesn't it?
And it's under contract.
Yeah.
And it's under contract.
Yeah.
Which goes back to our earlier conversation. There you go. That's awesome. Well, I want to give a huge thanks to Samantha and Kayla and Joseph and Anton, everybody covering for me. All of you that helped one another while I was out. We had my son's 4-week checkup yesterday and he is passing with flying colors. So
Yay.
I am back here too. And as a mom, I'm hugely relieved and I'm extremely grateful for all of
Heck
that.
yeah. It's a fair answer.
Sure is.
All right, birthdays. So we have Keith,
Is that my son?
I love it. Steven,
Snoop Dogg.
Kathleen, Clara. We have John Cerrone, which is my new agent. Elizabeth Davis on the Dave Friedman team. Melissa, Mary Mays, Paul Burton on the Snoop team. Peggy, Donnie Reynolds on the expansion team.
Mm-hmm. The Reynolds team joining our office.
Angela.
Angelica.
Deb with
Thank God you're good
Karen
with
Ayers.
numbers.
Paula, James Garu, Latia, Katie with the Redbud Group, Sean Templeton over at IOP, Janice Harper at IOP, Joseph, our wonderful Vic.
Yes.
And we have, go by Reggie, and then Kathy.
Kathy.
Birthday to all of our September birthdays. That's awesome. Work anniversaries. Manny,
Oh.
Karen.
They're celebrating 1 year.
Oh, am I doing years?
Yes.
That's what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Those
Those are the years. I'm sorry.
Posted it on Facebook. This is where Karen went. I posted on Facebook. I'm like, I would start on September 1st. Okay, so celebrating 1 year, Manny and Karen.
Woo!
2 years, we have Elizabeth Davis, Robin John, and Stephen Rosenberg.
Woo woo.
3 years, Miss Maria Kennedy and Jackie Hess.
Woo.
4 years, Lynn Burnett.
Hello, hello.
That's just 4 years too, though, right?
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Total, like you and I both. 2013. There you go. Congratulations, happy anniversary. Nate Freeman, Patrick Miller, and Arnold Ruth celebrating 5 years. 13 for Janice Harper and 16 for Mr. Bill Barnhill.
Yeah.
Also want to shout out to Bill Barnhill. He has a $4.5 million listing right now.
Yep.
So he's.
Is it under contract?
Not yet. Not the.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, we could put it under contract.
Yeah.
All right.
Love to.
All right, we have some new faces in the market center. So we have Madison. I'm not gonna say the last name, Rapley.
Rakely.
Okay, I said it after. Alex Ebola, she's back with us. Nate Patton, or Nash Patton.
Nash.
And then we have Logan Winslow right here.
Woo
with
woo.
Red Team.
Woo woo.
And we have Parker Fonts, who is with the Found Properties Group.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so first team meeting for him, and as we're coming back into this in-person experience, this is awesome, because, you know, you get to see what really happens in the before COVID world. Cappers, we have some capper announcements. We have Jackie, Kathy, JC, Diane, Michelle and Lauren. who have
Yay.
kept. Woo!
Congrats, Lauren.
Top profit share earner, is this year to date or monthly, sorry?
Here today.
Year to date is Mr. Bill Bird.
Mhm.
So, I have scheduled, if you want to learn more about profit share, growing your profit share tree was originally going to be on the 21st of October. However, the National Business Planning Clinic is on the 20th and 21st. So I'm going to do the growing your profit share tree right after team meeting on that Tuesday, the 19th. So it'll be coming out on your training calendar. If you don't know what we're talking about, please come to that class. If you want more information about like how to get intentional, come to that class. And then Mike Green is gonna follow up with some masterminds around profit share for those of you that do know what it is, but you want to come up with some great ideas. So
And then our first transaction of last month was Cheryl Eisenberg again.
Woo.
She's wonderful, killing it. Very much killing it. And then we have our top 5 agents. This is month to end, so this is August 2021. All right, so we have Betty Gales at number 5 with 1.7 million. We have Lynn Burnett with 2.1 million. We have Mairead Sullivan with 2.3 million. We have Diana Bradley with 2.4 million. And then our wonderful top producer,
Whoa.
Lauren. Okay.
You're buying everyone lunch. Woo.
it's just the guy who
All
got
right,
the
and then our top teams, this is month end, August 2021, your year-to-date numbers are on the bathrooms over that way. If you want to know those. So we have Anton Roger team with 3.2 million. We have Southern Associates with 5.3 million. We have Found Properties Group with 5.9 million. And we have the Dave Friedman Group with 10 million.
Wow.
And then our top producing team was the Charleston Connection
Wow.
team, our commercial division with 11.3 million.
That's a big number.
And then we had our movement minute with Holly.
All right.
Whoop, whoop. Holly Wagner from our office here.
How's everybody today?
Doing very well.
All right, speak up, Miss Holly, because Mike's back here.
Okay.
Thank you.
You have the slides.
Mhm.
Awesome. So the first program that I wanted to highlight, this is our Can Do Condo program. So this is, this is for your non-marketable condos. So if you have those condos that you typically send to a bank, we can take a look at it. We're doing case-by-case basis on some of the items, like if it's construction, litigation that's going on, we'll send it into our condo department and take a look at it and see if we can get it through. Some of the highlights are the reserves. So typically, if they only have 10% reserves, we wouldn't be able to do that. That would be considered non-warrantable. We'll go all the way up to 30 to 35%. We offer the ARM, and that's the SOFR arms, not the LIBOR arms. We also have the 30-year fixed. And that's the first highlight. And then the next one that we're going to go through, that's the Med North loan, and that is for doctor loans. So there's a cap on that. It goes up to 850, so it's not going to be anything over 850 loan amount. It is a jumbo product. They're priced very aggressively. So any of these eligible career paths, fields, one of the great things about this is for student loans, if they've got a ton of student loans, we're not going to take that into consideration at all. So if there is a co-borrower on the loan with them, we would use those student loans and we have to hit them with a payment on that. So that's our Med North loan. And then we got some updated, really good news that's in effect now. Fannie and Freddie actually just updated some guidelines on second homes and non-occupant owner homes, so investment properties. Those are, so we, for a while, the property inspection waivers, so say someone's putting down a large chunk of money and we run it through an automated system and the value comes back and we get a waiver on the inspection, that they took that away from us. Now we are allowed to do the waivers again on second homes and investment properties. We have our arms back on second homes and investment properties. Manufactured homes, we're able to do second homes on those again. Investment cash out, FICOs went back down to 660. We were at 680 for a while.
second home minimum FICOs went down to 620 on the second home, so we were at 660 for a little bit. And then second homes, we run those through AUS, our automated underwriting system that we run through before we actually send it to an underwriter. Second homes were capped at 50 debt to income, 50% debt to income, and now it's based off of what AUS tells us. So we can technically go higher if there's other strong attributes to the loan profile. And then lastly, the investor fee of $500, movement had to put into place a $500 fee for all second home and investment properties, which is an additional fee that we collected. And that went into play when Fannie and Freddie kind of came down on us as far as pricing hits. So that is no longer a fee that we have to charge.
Awesome.
Nice.
Great. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
I thought I was gonna run technology, but this is definitely my slide. Everybody on my run this. So first off, big congratulations to Miss Kayla. She officially takes bribery for all the checks, she likes chocolate and her dogs.
Thank you so much for all your kind words. I really, really appreciate it.
Yes. We have new drop-in space on the very other side of the building, if y'all wanna check that out. We would encourage y'all to use that. It does have soundproofing for people that are back there. So it's good for cold calls, being kind of close door, be more private than using the think tank area. If you don't know at all what I'm talking about, please come see me. Obviously, I'm always here. To schedule this room and the conference rooms, please just shoot me an email or a text and we will make sure those are done. As y'all can see, the training room right now is locked and you get denied until it is approved by me. So just go through me first. It always makes it easy. I can do that from my cell phone very easily. So no matter what time of day, y'all know how to get in touch with me. We are doing CE classes now in-house. We thank Home Pro and our wonderful vendor program for that. They are doing it once a month. So the first one starts on the 14th. It is 10:30 to about 2, and they are going to provide lunch, but that does give you CE credits. So for continued education, you need that. Don't wait till the last minute. It's free. It is for free. And then the wonderful holiday plans, I wanted to get y'all to save the date. Go ahead and get them on your calendar. We are bringing the potluck back. So I am coordinating that. So let me know what your specialties are and we will start getting notes of that. We want to do it around 11:30 on the 11th. I will be cooking a turkey. So that is my specialty and my family and I do it every year. So I'm very thankful to bring it to y'all. I'm very excited about that. And then the holiday party. This is brand new as of 2 days ago. I'm very excited. We got it at the Hyatt. Thank you to Chip for his wonderful membership program. It is going to come this day. We are getting that for free. So we are going to stay at the Hyatt. They have books. They booked hotels for us for $99 for the night. So y'all can really party it up. We are going to make sure that it is finally a party versus the COVID nonsense. Although it is still real. I'm not saying that it's not. It's time to party and let loose a little bit. So bring your spouse, let's dress up a little bit. Let's have some fun. Put that on your calendars.
Cool.
When she showed me the slide, she's like, I'm talking on stuff. Like, no, I do want you to know though, if you do want to utilize the training room, don't feel like you're being blocked from using it. We're just trying to make sure we don't double book it.
Yes.
So like, if somebody was trying to use it today, we've got team meeting, you gotta figure out what takes to get in precedence. But with us having different groups and different teams and other people wanting to bring people into the market center and stuff, we just want to make sure that we protect the space and protect your time when you're in here. So, Joseph.
Oh, yay, I get the fun part. All right, so really quickly, Karen, give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not being antisocial. I'm actually Samantha's producer. I'm in the background to make sure sound and everything is going well. So just a quick reminder on the TCPA, make sure for those of you prospectors out there that you are abiding by the TCPA as well as the do not call list. This also does apply to business networking. So just want to make sure you're careful on that. So now that we've got that fun part out of the way, I
There's
have
a
just had
prize
a couple.
giveaway.
There's a prize giveaway.
Yes. If you
Sure.
pay attention to your emails and you answer the question, you get a prize. And we are going to draw that now.
Oh, God. Lori Brooks.
Miss Lori, I will get that to you. I know that you are out of commission right now, but we will get that to you. You get a prize, a goodie bag that is all the KW branded funness.
KW
Samantha.
swag.
Swag.
Please tell everyone how she won or qualified for that prize.
There is an email you get once a month that covers all the points in much more broad detail that Joseph just went over. And there's a question at the end of the email that if you send me the answer to the question, not that you read the email, you get submitted to the giveaway.
Hey,
Is that
so
your
guess
email
what?
or
Big
yours?
email.
It's
Look,
my
you have
email.
people reading emails. You're supposed to get this.
So how many people actually replied with the answer?
That was 17 people.
Oh, that's not bad out of 187. All right. So next part, we've talked about this before, but we are officially launching the Keller Williams Charleston University. It's a faculty development program. This really is to give more guidance for those of us that want to teach, not only here in the Market Center, but those of you who want to pursue any sort of Keller Williams University approved faculty or master faculty. We are going to have an information meeting next Wednesday, the 29th at noon. That's currently going to be Zoom. This is a citywide event, so we're going to have it on Zoom for now, and then as we move forward, we'll have more face-to-face meetings. But really what this meeting is going to do is outline what the process looks like. It's not a requirement for anyone. It's more of an opportunity for those of you that do want to improve on your teaching skills as well as public speaking skills. Along those lines, go ahead and mark your calendar for October 13th and 14th. We are going to have Kent Temple in town. He's going to be doing Train the Presenter. That is open to all the Keller Williams agents here in Charleston. It will be part of the requirement to get Keller Williams Charleston University certified. If you have taken it before, obviously you would be grandfathered in, but I do encourage you to still take it again. So we'll get some information on that out either later today or tomorrow so you can register for that. But again, that's October 13th and 14th. Location is to be announced. That'll be dependent on attendance and how many people we have. If it ends up being a crowd where we can have it in one of the market centers, we'll do that. We'll keep you guys posted on it.
Joseph, it's Suzie.
Hi,
Can I put a plug in, train the presenter?
100%.
And I've done it with Kent several times. You guys, it is so good. And it just teaches you to talk in public, which we do all the time, one-on-one with our clients. But I just really encourage people to do it. It's a fantastic course. And it's something really unique to Keller Williams. So that's my plug.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, just a couple things. Even if you don't have any intention on being an instructor or any desire to pursue that, you still are more than welcome to come. This will help you with your presentation skills for your listing and buyer presentation. There are only 3 people currently in the country that teach it. So to have it here in person is great, is an awesome opportunity. So just keep that in mind. But thank you, Suzie. That's a good point. And
Kid's all right. We like you better.
he's all right. Oh,
Okay.
that's it for me.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you.
Me again, yay! Okay. Obviously KYP, I'm very passionate about it. I've been very, very involved doing all the fun things. We are going to Savannah in like 3 weeks to do a launch. We're gonna be really behaved. Y'all know how
Can
we
we
do
give
it.
her a big round of
Yeah.
applause for doing the leadership team?
Give her credit, so.
Thank you. We as YP members have gotten a free access before actual leadership. Sorry guys. For Jason Abrams and Cody Gibson doing the expansion release about what it is and how it works and like what we're doing here and why it's been developed. So that is on the 23rd. And then it will be released to actual leadership in the market centers for y'all to attend that to get more of an explanation sometime in October, but that week is not been released. So we get kind of first previews of that as future leadership. Phoenix launch party is at the end of the month. We have a couple people going with that. I will not be attending. That's a little too far for my comfort right now. And then we have our chapter meeting on the 12th. So if you are interested at all in getting involved, please let me know and I will help you how I can.
Cool.
And I spoke to Samantha earlier too, but think about it too, when you have transactions with agents who are younger, like that in that younger under 40 group, from other companies, they are invited to some of these events, and we give them a great opportunity to experience Keller Williams at a different level. Because some of us are up here, we've been doing this forever, we're veterans. And then yet, when someone who's in their twenties gets in a room full of people who are in their twenties and thirties and they feel more comfortable, like that could be an opportunity for them to learn a little bit more about what Keller Williams has to offer. So, fall masterminds. For those of you who are in MAPS coaching, you already know about this. However, if you don't, October 6th and 7th, virtually, they're doing the fall masterminds. It's $49 to attend if you're not a MAPS client, but it is open to everyone. The content is available to attend in person at the live recording sessions. It's also available afterwards. The mastermind piece, though, you'll get the most out of it when they break you into your groups if you're actually there to have the conversation. So if you have any questions about fall masterminds or any of the other things, let us know, and we'll make sure that we get those answered for you. So, do you have a sponsor? What is the photography person?
That's next.
Okay, just making sure. Is
Yeah,
he talking?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we've got this one last slide.
Oh, I pulled that out of the way. Never mind. I thought Joseph was gonna be talking about business planning. Okay, so guys, it's September, right? What we do today shows up when?
90 days.
So it is imperative, like we talked about those questions, look at the 12 tactics, start setting your mind towards what you need to do to finish this year strong, because we've got to start planning for 2022. So you're gonna have multiple opportunities to attend. They're doing, Kid of Your Eye is doing it with Gene Rivers is teaching it to the entire company, October 21st, 20th and 21st from 1 to 5. We will we'll virtually host it here, obviously, probably in the training room and the conference rooms. KWYP has a business planning clinic, and Joseph is actually doing an in-person one, I'm going to guess here.
That's to be determined because
Okay.
that's part of the university.
See, that's why I didn't know this slide was for me. So we will determine the location, but you will have the option to do the in-person if you're just like over it, you don't want to do Zoom anymore. Either way, we're giving you 3 opportunities to complete your business planning. There might even be more. Get it done sooner than later. It was always, if you wait until November or December to sit down and drive your business plan and start applying the principles and things that you need to be doing, like then here's January and you're already behind where you would have been. So just, I can't stress enough to get that done, sooner the better.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. And then last but not least, Mr. William Sammons is here with Next Door Photography to talk to you.
How's everyone doing today?
Well,
Very rainy last few days, which makes my life a little bit rougher. I have to reschedule everything, but so I'll be quick. I own a real estate media company. We are a one-stop shop, so we do everything from photos, videos, aerials, modeling, and floor plans. Now, with Next Door Photos, everything you can book online on our website in real time. So when you go to book, say you're picking a photo package, you can click the time, date, and you can book same day up to 2 hours. So if you need something quick, we're there for you with all of.
I said awesome.
Oh, okay. Fine. And with all of our media, we do offer free next day delivery. So everything that you order, you'll get in your inbox about 9 a.m. the next day. And we do offer same day delivery as well for an additional $50. So yeah, everything we just went over, scheduling, delivery, and service. We try to make it as seamless and easy for y'all as possible. Especially now with how the market is and everything's just getting bought up so quickly. Having that media next day is what y'all need. So we provide that. So with our products, the way that pricing, the structure, and everything is set up, we do it based off of photo packages. So, you can get everything individually if you want, but if you're getting photos, if you add on a video or 3D modeling, it's discounted. So, for example, on the next slide, it will give you an idea for how we price our photo packages, which we do it by the photo count. So we do 25 photos, 35, and 45. So regardless of whatever the price is for the property, it's the same price every single time. So for example, say you want 25 photos with aerial photos as well. The total would be $225. So it's a $100 add-on. But we do a little bit of everything. So we can cater to everyone's needs specifically. But a lot of people normally ask how we're able to get the media back so fast. So we have an entire editing team. Kenya, and
Sorry.
all of our editors are actually survivors of human trafficking and sexual assault. So we're bringing jobs as well as a new start for a lot of people overseas. So they are working on opposite times. So basically they're editing while we're asleep. So when you guys wake up, they're being ready to go. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. If anyone has any questions or concerns.
Do we have your contact information?
Yes, ma'am. And I'll have it emailed out as well.
Thank you.
Are you the photography?
So I'm the owner and I do photo, video, I do everything. And I'm bringing on a team soon, so regardless of what volume we have, we'll have a photographers next 2 months.
You like agent interviews, like with Mike Duff and stuff like that?
Yeah, so besides this, I am a freelance director, so I direct documentaries for Harley Davidson and a few other brands. So anything video or personalized I can do, just talk to me and we can get you guys a ring on that.
And you can make us look really
Oh,
like
yes.
professional.
Oh, yeah.
Filters, filters.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you.
You guys have any questions on that?
Before you cut us off.
I'm not.
Okay, so, a couple of things. I know some of the agents in the office are looking for executive assistants, people to help them with, work. So if you haven't already spoken to me, you're looking for someone, I'm running ads on Indeed and Facebook for those positions. And once we get a person in, now I'm pulling or somebody's pulling a KPA, so we can give you like choices in hiring that person because the need is there. I've also, committed to doing a fall open house / job fair. We're not necessarily called a job fair, but for anyone who's interested either in a career in real estate, career at Keller Williams, change, just wants to see the inside of the building. I don't know. I did it once in Morrisville, and it was one of those things that I did and it worked, and then I never did it again. So I'm bringing it back. So just want to give that information to you, and in that I'll give you enough time too, so that if you present at the market center, you can interact with some of the people here and potentially bring them on board with you. So this was the book that I started with. Who do we choose to be? And this came from a podcast I was listening to. And it says facing reality, claiming leadership, and restoring sanity. And I just want you to know that when they refer to leadership, they talk about whether you're the leader at your business, of your family, in your community, in your spiritual organization. And I got to page 8 and had to stop because there was so much content in that little bit. At the very bottom of this page, this is what I want to leave you with today. It says, I know it is possible for leaders to use their power and influence, their insight and compassion to lead people back to an understanding of who we are as human beings, to create the conditions for our basic human qualities of generosity, contribution, community, and love to be evoked no matter what. I know it is possible to experience grace and joy in the midst of tragedy and loss. I know it is possible to create islands of sanity in the midst of wildly disruptive seas. I know it is possible because I've worked with leaders over many years in many places that knew chaos and breakdown long before this moment. And I have studied enough history to know that such leaders always arise when they are most needed. Now it's our turn. So I just want to leave you guys with that. I mean, there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff right now. And I know even in our Keller Williams Mount Pleasant family, we'll get through this. We'll get through this. And all of us have the opportunity to step up in this time of crisis when the world is not the most stable. And there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of fear. And just lead. So.
What was that book called?
This book is called Who Do We Choose to Be by Margaret Wheatley. And what was the podcast I was listening to? It was a Michael Mayer, the one who recommended this book. And I actually posted it on my Facebook page to the beginning of it, but it does tell you in the beginning of the book, it is not a book to sit down and read in like one weekend, which is what I initially thought I was going to do, to digest it as you go, because there's so much profound information. She's actually a scientist that has studied, and sociologist, I think, who has studied civilizations, like the rise and fall of civilizations. but she's got so much great content. So just wanted to share that with you guys, because I think you're amazing and everybody here has the ability to lead and make a change.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank
for
you.
coming on
Short and
this
sweet today.
day.